What's up everyone, my name's Oracle Arcana, everybody generally calls me Arc. I'm 28 years old and I live in Tampa, Florida. I live actually with my parents and our 3 dogs, Honey, Diamond, and my dad's service dog, Justice. Justice will definitely make an appearance on screen because she likes to jump up on my chair and actually make her presence known. We do also occasionally babysit my brother's dog, Cabela, so she just tends to do the same thing. So you'll see them on stream from time to time. As far as streaming itself goes, I generally tend to stream pretty much anything. I'm a variety streamer for a reason. I've dipped my toes into horror games recently, but generally it'll be whatever game I'm feeling that day. Could be DVD, could be anything. My favorite game to stream actually tends to vary pretty heavily since I am a variety streamer, but I have actually started adding in horror games recently. In particular, I've started streaming Soma, and it's just, there's honestly something visceral about that particular game that is making me enjoy it, but those games do tend to be slower played, and I don't tend to go as long with those. On the GSG channel, actually, I've started to do story-driven, which includes the Witcher series. Other games I stream tend to be DVD, and in the future I plan to add an MMO or two if I can get my computer to cooperate. Outside of games though, I also stream a lot of art because there's just something about that brings me joy to actually share what I'm working on with the community and just get their input about certain things, how the art's going. Offline though, really, the same games that I play on stream are the same ones I play off stream, except for Soma. That one is purely for streaming because I like to relax when I play games, and Soma is really not a game that's meant for relaxing. My favorite game of all time, and this is actually not as hard of a choice as I thought it would be. It's actually a game series called Dark Cloud. There's just something about the quaint style of it that just makes me happy. That's, you know, it's not going to be something that's overly antagonistic or overly adrenaline rush. It's just something that you can enjoy and build, and you're building on a story that it's a linear story, but it's just, there's something that's soothing about it in the end, which is kind of an interesting take. When I started streaming, I was actually in the middle of getting my master's degree in business. Now, I was at a point in my degree where I was actually starting to feel burnt out. And because I was starting to get burnt out, I actually took a semester off from getting my master's degree. And I was already at a pretty low point anyway. I had seen a hockey player actually starting to stream, and he was a member of my favorite team. So it's just like, hey, you know what? Why don't I give this a shot? And I've made some incredible friends along the way, and I haven't looked back since. I've actually gone through a couple of iterations with my Twitch name. The first was actually Phantom Gaming 92, which is based on one of the meanings for my birth name, and it was just my thing for the longest time on PS4, on just basically everywhere I was. I was Phantom. I was anything to do with that. And after a while, it didn't feel quite right, so I changed it to something that actually has roots in me as a witch, and that's something I was looking for a while. So I ended up going with Arcana I Majoris, which is based on the major arcana in tarot cards, actually. Finally, Arcana I Majoris still didn't have quite what I was feeling, and it wasn't quite right, so I ended up going and changing my name to Oracle Arcana. It still has a lot of the witchiness that I was wanting to actually embrace, and it just feels a bit better than Arcana I Majoris did. So that's how I got to where my name is today, actually. And I don't think it's gonna change beyond that. One of my favorite things about streaming is just the chance to interact with other people, because by nature I'm actually kind of an introvert, and being that kind of person, I don't interact with people a lot. I don't like to talk to people a lot just because I'm shy as well, so I have the double-edged sword of, hey, yeah, I'm a good listener, but I also don't talk a lot, so it's harder for me to make friends. And streaming for me actually has helped me make some incredible friends along the way. And I've gotten to learn some neat things about games I've already played. This is actually going to sound kind of self-depreciating, but the person that motivates me to be a better streamer is my best friend. And she calls me one of her motivations to be a streamer, and one of her motivations for continuing to stream. Now, in my mind, and this is where the self-depreciation kicks in, it's not hard to do things better than I do them. I am not a great model for streaming. I have a low view count. I don't tend to have a lot of people talking in my streams. So it's not hard to actually do better than that. But on the same side, her saying that I'm an inspiration for her to keep streaming makes me want to do better, to be better, to actually be worthy of being an inspiration, and not just a here's this really low bar and you can do so much better than that. So I want to actually be able to earn that title, to know that I am worth seeing as an inspiration and not just a really low bar. And I know she doesn't see me as that, but it is still how I feel about myself as a streamer, and I want to actually change that. In saying what I just said, some of my goals for streaming are actually to continuously improve the content that I provide for my channel, and to reach a point where my community will actually exist and be more than just a couple of people coming to hang out on my channel. And I want my channel to be a place where people can unwind and people can relax and people can come after a stressful day and know that I'll still just be playing a game, and they can just relax and forget about the world for a few hours, or forget about some kind of stress that's going on in their life. It's just, that's what I would like to see for my channel. I want to see my community grow. I want to see people being able to help each other. I want to be a place that's safe for people to unwind, and where they can forget about things for a few hours. I've actually got a couple of streamers that I would consider favorites. First of all, as much as I'm an inspiration for her, my best friend and fellow streamer Zodiac Siren has done so much in a short time that she's been streaming. It's amazing to see her progress. And she is one of my favorite streamers because she's done so well, and she's this bubbly, happy person, and it's incredible to see her streams. Another favorite streamer is it's KB Alpha. And in as much as my goals are to have a place where people can relax and be just chill, he's the epitome of that, and he's done such a good thing with his community, and it's just awesome. My other favorites, though, it should go without saying, are the queens of GSG. Toothless Noob, Jasmine, and Our Final Kiss. All of them are amazing streamers in their own rights, and have been so insanely welcoming throughout the time that I've known them, that it's hard not to like them as streamers. I'm generally pretty laid back about streaming, so I don't have really a lot of peeves, but the ones I do have are when people insist that a streamer should play this or play that, or to blatantly self-promote in another streamer's channel. And I know those are generally no-nos anyway, but they're still massive pet peeves. It is one thing if you're a mod in a channel and the streamer has physically stated, like, it's okay for you to say, hey, I'm gonna go set up a stream, I'm leaving you alone. Yeah, that's totally fine. But for you to say, hey, come check out my stream, it's at this time, with no context, or even follow for follow, that's not gonna get you anywhere. That's not gonna build your community. That's not gonna make you friends. You're just doing it to promote yourself. You're not doing it to actually make connections. You're not doing it to build something. You're just in it for yourself, and that's not okay for me. Outside of stream, and I guess inside streams as well, is just when people have no common sense and people treat others with such disrespect because they don't care for them. Like, what's the point of that? There's no point in treating someone with blatant disrespect, no matter if you don't like them or not. Like, you don't have to like them, just common courtesy, dude. I kind of mentioned one of my hobbies earlier, in that I do art. So, art is one of my hobbies. The other major one is actually writing. And that is where my passion lies. I love writing. Something about creating a story on a page and just building this world in your mind that you can then present to someone and be like, here, share my world. It's incredible. And a thing that goes along with that is that I love reading. I love diving into stories and just losing a few hours in Arda, in Tortal, in Hogwarts, as much as J.K. Rowling is a piece of shit. Probably shouldn't have said that.
I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that.
Otherwise, I also like to learn more about my craft as a witch, and I really love baking, actually. Not so much a stress baker, but baking is just a soothing activity that's just... It's a creative outlet, and it's a fun one, too, with some really tasty results. Outside of streaming, I work as a substitute teacher, and I'm actually trying to get my teaching certificate currently to help young minds grow and to instill in kids a love of reading, a love of education, a lifelong desire to learn. Because when you stop learning, you stop growing, and if you're not growing, then what are you doing? There's absolutely nothing that's gonna stimulate your mind. You're essentially dying without dying. You can find me on the GSG channels on Wednesdays at 7 Eastern Standard Time, where I'm still currently playing the Witcher series. Thanks for watching, guys! No, you're not picking up your sword! I'm killing you with your own fucking sword, dude. Ship. See me climbing. You see me climbing up things, and you don't like it because that's your building. Well, fuck you too, because you little fucks need to not fire at me, thanks. Yeah, fuck you, you can't aim this high. You can't get up this high. What you gonna do about it? Good, we're good. We are in fact not good!
Strong stuff. How about 100?
Deal! One last shot.
Mm-hmm.
This was a mistake. Mistakes were made. Oh my god. Hello, what is hitting me? Oh, girl, please.